Hey, this is Shannon. This is my podcast episode on my college experience so far. So, all throughout high school I played lacrosse and I went through the recruitment process. I was looking at a couple schools, but I decided my junior year to commit to play lacrosse at the University of Delaware. I was super excited. My teammates were all super cool. So freshman year comes, it's COVID. Only athletes are allowed on campus and we're all squeezed into this one dorm. Masks all time. Classes are fully online. The only thing you do is, go to practice, and we had to practice with a mask on the entire time. It was very hard. Running, lifting, everything. Run tests. So that was definitely a rough year, just being a freshman, COVID, but I was not too pleased with my experience, but I was like, you know what, it's my dream to play lacrosse at school. I'm just gonna stick it out. Sophomore year, COVID hopefully will be cleared up and you'll be out of the dorms in an apartment and I'll have my car. So, sophomore year, I lived with a couple of my teammates in an apartment on campus, and it was definitely better, but I just soon came to realize, sadly, lacrosse was not the move for me. It was very time-consuming, stressful. It was a lot of work. A day in my life would be waking up at 4:35 a.m., getting to the facility at 6 a.m., get our gear on, be on the field by 6:30, practice until about 9, and then we have conditioning after, so some running, and then after that we walk to the weight room and usually have an hour lift and get out by 10:30, go back into the locker room, change, and then head to class. I had about 2 to 3 classes a day. I was a communications major. Everything was pretty much walking distance on campus, which was nice. I had 8 hours mandatory study hall a week, so after practice I would go to we had a new student athlete facility built next to the stadium, which was really nice, so I had to log in my hours. Sometimes we would have team meetings at night, and then I would go home, finish up some homework, and go to bed and get ready to do it the next day. And it was just very repetitive. It was mentally and physically just straining on my mental health and physical health. I also didn't really like the school. It was just very small, not a lot to do. I'm from Pennsylvania, so the state of Delaware is very similar to Pennsylvania, just kind of dreary. I lived about an hour and a half from school, which was really nice. Second semester of my sophomore year, I decided to apply to the University of Tampa. I was like, I'm going to go through with it. I knew nothing about the school. I just knew that it was warm and I could, start a new life. So I thankfully got in. I think I applied around February, but I had to wait until May when my season was over to, tell my coaches and team, just because I needed to keep my spot on the team. So once May rolled around, I had to make a meeting with my coaches. I was literally shaking, so nervous. Told them I was transferring, and they wished me best of luck. And then I told my roommates in person, and then I texted my team, and they were all super nice about it. So definitely felt relieving to get that off my chest. Over those months, though, that I was keeping it a secret, I obviously had to find housing and roommates, so I went on the UT Housing Facebook portal and I made a post just, introducing myself, looking for roommates that were juniors, incoming juniors, girls, wanted to live near campus. And after a couple weeks of stress and hits and misses with people, these 2 girls reach out to me, and they're incoming juniors, really nice apartment, and they have an open room. So I said yes, and I was so grateful. Once August rolled around, my Mom and I flew to Tampa, and then my dad, thank God, drove my car down with all my stuff in it. It was a 17-hour drive from Pennsylvania. I could not imagine doing that, so thank you. Me and my parents did an Airbnb for a couple days while we were getting to know the area and moving my stuff into my apartment. They ended up leaving after like 3 days, and I was left with my roommates, which I had no idea who they were. We obviously texted over the summer, but we were complete strangers. Love them so much. They're awesome girls. We're still living together in the same apartment this year. I decided to join a sorority. I joined Delta Zeta, which was conveniently what both my roommates are in, so that's awesome. And one of my roommates ended up being the president last year. Going through the recruitment process was definitely very interesting. You know, transitioning from being a student athlete to a sorority girl, usually like student athletes have preconceptions about sorority girls, and I definitely did, and I would definitely joke around about them. But once I gave it a shot and I decided that this would be a great opportunity to make new friends since I'm new here, and I joined, and it was very interesting process, but I found and made the coolest friends I'm so grateful for. And I'm now a senior, and so in the beginning of the fall this year, instead of going through recruitment, I was recruiting, which was very interesting, being, you know, on the other side of things. But I saw how much hard work and time and preparation goes into sorority, and, you know, they have good philanthropy and raise money for a lot of good things, and you meet great people. So I'm really glad I joined that. I also last year joined the club lacrosse team fall semester, but I stopped after fall semester just because I just realized I'm done with lacrosse and I'm retired. It's a different chapter in my life. I definitely still miss it, but it was just too time consuming just for a club, and I just parted ways. But I definitely made cool friends, which was the goal with that. This year I am still in Delta Zeta. I am a Fiji sweetheart with my best friend, roommate, and yeah, things have been going great. I also changed my major from graphic design to advertising PR, because since I transferred here from Delaware as a communications major, and then coming into Tampa junior year, I declared graphic design, and then this year I declared ad and PR, since it will help me graduate faster, and it's the best of both worlds because it's graphic design and like social media and advertising. So I get to do all of that, and I have to do another year next year, just again because transferring, major change, and lack of credits. So I will be here next year, but so far so good, and I loved my experience here at Tampa. Thanks, bye.